For a lot of international investors, trying to figure out where China's market policy is headed can feel, well, it can feel like you're trying to solve a puzzle in the dark, right? The rules seem a little opaque, and the shifts can feel pretty unpredictable. But what if someone just flipped a switch and turned on the lights? So let's dive right in, because the stakes here are absolutely enormous. We are talking about China's capital markets, a beast valued at over $13 trillion. For anyone investing globally, navigating this isn't just an option anymore, it's a necessity. And getting a clearer picture is absolutely crucial. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to decode a huge new development that could finally provide that clarity: the creation of a financial dream team in Beijing, a group that seems poised to give investors the roadmap they've been desperately looking for. So what is this big event? Well, late last year, in a pretty significant move to tackle market volatility and really boost investor confidence, China put together a powerful new committee, a group of masterminds set to shape the very future of its financial markets. It happened on December 18. The Academic Committee of the China Capital Market Society was officially launched. Now, this wasn't just another stuffy meeting. This was the birth of what's being called a super think tank, and it signals a brand new, way more strategic approach to market policy. Okay, so who exactly is in this group, and why were they put together with such a sense of urgency? Let's peel back the layers a bit and see who is now holding the compass for China's markets. Just look at this timeline. The parent organization was set up in July, and only 5 months later, this elite academic committee was launched. That kind of speed tells you one thing: this is a massive priority for Beijing. They are not messing around. And get this, look who's leading the charge. The committee is chaired by Qing, the head of China's securities regulator. That tells you right away this isn't some theoretical academic group. It's plugged directly into the highest levels of regulatory power. But here's where it gets really interesting: the mix of brain power. You've got top scholars from powerhouse universities like Peking and Tsinghua, government researchers, and, this is really crucial for us, chief economists from global firms like Morgan Stanley and Nomura, right alongside market veterans. This thing is designed not to be an echo chamber. So, what's their job exactly? Their mission is to act as a combination of a think tank, an advisory board, and a compass for market direction. The main goal here is to replace all that scattered, fragmented research with a single, systematic brain trust to guide the entire market. Okay, so we know who they are. Now for the really important part. What are they actually saying? Let's get down to brass tacks, look at their very first meeting, and break down the top 3 signals that every single investor needs to hear. And their first assignment is, well, it's massive. They're tasked with advising on the next 5-year plan for the capital markets. Just let that sink in for a second. Their recommendations aren't just casual suggestions. They are designed to be foundational inputs for China's entire long-term economic strategy. And here they are, the 3 key takeaways. First, a major push for high-tech IPOs, what Beijing calls new quality productive forces. Think AI, green energy, cutting-edge biotech. Second, a big call to attract what they're calling patient capital. This is not about short-term speculative money. They want long-term strategic investors like pension funds. And third, a promise to get tough, really tough, with stricter delisting rules and serious crackdowns on fraud. So, we've seen the high-level strategy, but what does all this mean for your portfolio, for your business? Let's translate these signals into a practical investment playbook. If you only remember one thing from this, make it this: there is a huge strategic shift happening. The focus is moving away from just broad, all-encompassing growth fueled by short-term cash, and it's heading directly toward high-quality, innovative technology backed by stable, long-term, patient capital. The rules of the game are changing. So what does this mean in practice? Well, you can expect a very deliberate push for new listings in sectors like AI, green energy, and biotech. Long-term funds will probably find a much more favorable environment. But on the flip side, everyone should expect way more scrutiny on corporate governance and a clearer, much tougher process for delisting underperforming companies. Investor protection is the name of the game. Look, this pivot towards quality and stability isn't happening in a vacuum. It's a direct response to some of the market turbulence we've seen. The goal is to build a more resilient, more predictable, and ultimately a more attractive market for serious, long-term players. It's basically a fundamental rewiring of the entire investment landscape. So it all really boils down to this one question: The new Dream Team is signaling a very clear direction: higher quality companies, more stable investment, and much stricter rules. The real question is your strategy positioned for China's next chapter? Because staying ahead of these kinds of shifts is what gives you a real competitive edge. And making sure you have the right insights right now is more critical than ever before. It's simple, really. When you can understand the trends clearly, you can navigate the market with confidence. And that's when you unlock the opportunities that other people are going to miss. And that's exactly what we're all about here. This channel will bring you practical knowledge to navigate business, investment, culture, economic trends, and even communication tips for your trades with China. So please, press like and subscribe now for actionable insights and win-win solutions. Don't miss the possibility to understand and make money in trades with China. Thanks so much for watching.